"6 a.m. I'm checking subject lines, trying to win before the morning shines. Another list, another test, every open rate a quiet quest. I built the flow, I wrote the line, try to make the code feel fine, but filters judge me fast and hard. One mistake can burn the yard. So I watch that bounce, I watch that drop. I know the game, I know the shot. A clean domain, a steady send, that's how the weak campaigns can mend. It's the inbox hustle, the daily struggle, trying to land where the eye still see, not in the spam where nobody reads me. Inbox hustle, the late night muscle, warm up slow, let the trust unfold. One good send is worth more than gold. The open rates can lie sometimes, but replies tell the truer lines. 1,000 clicks won't pay the rent if the campaign never gets intense. So I keep it short, I keep it sharp, one clear ask that hits the mark. No noisy pitch, no bloated talk, just a reason they should stop and talk. It's not about blasting the world, it's about the right message, right girl, right firm, right need, the right seed in the right field. That's how real campaigns are built. It's the inbox hustle, the daily struggle, trying to land where the eyes still see, not in the spam where nobody reads me. Inbox hustle, the late night muscle, warm up slow, let the trust unfold. One good stand is worth more than gold. Deliverability blues. I got a domain with a story to tell, but one bad send and it fell into hell. DMR tied XBF in line, still I'm praying for a good reply. I used to think it was just a copy, but now I know the road gets rocky when your reputation takes a hit and every inbox starts to quit. Now I'm watching placement like a heartbeat, plant dairy promo spam on repeat. Every little signal costs a lot when the filters decide your life. These are my deliverability blues. Every false move, every bad news, a warm-up dream and a filtered light, trying to get back in the light. These are my deliverability blues, trying to win in the inbox rules. If trust is the thing that I abuse, I'll keep on singing these deliverability blues. I've seen good lists go up in smoke from too much volume, too much hope. I've seen a sender proud and loud get buried deep beneath the crowd. So I learned slow is not a curse, it's the cost of getting there first. Build it right and guard the lane, or watch your work all wash away. No shortcuts, no magic trick, just clean pass and a steady click. If you want the inbox to stay, you have to earn it every day. These are my deliverability blues. Every false move, every bad news, a warm-up dream and a filtered bite, trying to get back in the light. These are my deliverability blues, trying to win in the inbox rules. If trust is the thing that I abuse, I keep on singing these deliverability blues.
right. Hello. Hopefully, I'm audible. Hopefully, my microphone's coming through. Let me just check on YouTube. See if we are soundable. Welcome to the Wednesday Founders Talk episode 3. We did few those last few weeks and in the past. Of course, like goal is in here to share stuff with you what really works. And of course, we will have a live panel if anybody's available and feeling to be on. As you know, there is absolutely no pressure, no pre-script, no pre-plan. It's just we do what happens right now. And that being said, welcome to the live stream. As always, thank you to all of you who is part of my life and No Limit Emails family. I really appreciate you. And thank you so much for your support. And of course, please let us know, especially the new members that you get in your accounts and you need my help personally, please let me know. Jump on one of the live rooms or contact me and one of the available channels that it is in the system on the page that are created. You can find all that in there. And of course, we love to help you to kind of do your email without any hassles. And of course, do not hesitate. Doesn't matter what day it is, what hour it is. When you get your account, make sure you make that live stream with me. And otherwise, basically, you may keep scratching back of your head and try to figure things out. But we're here. We know it's a new thing. We know you need help. So we will give you basically much time as you need in order for you to execute your emails. So it's always live and we always work on the same page. So, you don't have to basically waste your time to try figure things out as we are building very complex and very, you could say, enterprise ready piece of kit for you. And absolutely, we don't expect you to be the kind of professor of it. And we know some of you have the teams and other people taking care of this. And we always advise you to bring them along. You can record the session on your end for your own replies so you can rewind back and see what we do to help you execute stuff. And of course, we are always around to give you hand. Just never forget that. You don't have to do anything technical. All it is basically you just got to know the components, the parts, where you put things together, and how you execute, how you upload, and all that good stuff. And we are always, always happy to share our time with you to show you around. And of course, congratulations to a bunch of you that got your accounts. And we're still waiting for several of you to provide us domain, which is, I can tell you some dates. Date 19, that's 3 of you signed up. 2 of you provided domain, 1 of you still waiting. Day 21, yesterday, 4 of you signed up. 3 of you not provided domain. So 1 of you did. Please, before you even sign up in all limit emails, make sure that you have good usable domain, add that domain to the Cloudflare, and then come join. Then you just, when we are kind of live and you could say in a conversation, then you can forward that to us so we can basically start building and activating your system for you so you don't have to wait. But some of you going back into the Warrior Plus, clicking to download the file, but there's nothing to download. You should have a notification pops up and tells you exactly what I just said. Normally, that's what will kind of happen. Say, reach out to the sport. And of course, if you do not know how to reach out to us, YouTube is one of the places that you can find us every night and almost every night in this hour. But we have a public square room that is open 24/7. And jump into that room, tag myself, tag any family member, and they will give you basically other channels that you can reach out to us. And of course, description in this video, you can also reach out to the family members, myself included, on that file as well. But we do not go back and forth with emails, guys. We never send emails as after you have your account. We stop totally. We send you first email and with your login details, and that is after you send us an email. We send you email. Basically, we work with one single email thread for safety reasons. So, as you know, are being the emails out. I do apologize. We just had a drop of signal again. As you know, Starlink keep dropping me, but should be all right. Just refresh the channel. You should be back on. As I was saying, basically what happens is when you join us, we highly recommend you jump into the public square so you can catch us up also after live stream we do on YouTube. But on YouTube you can reach out to me, and of course on the document that we send you and the page that we kind of make for you, I personally do that, and you have basically all of our contacts, including my own personal number, that you can reach out to me. Totally 240% truth. Absolutely. Thank you so much. And please come. And if you are new and you're still kind of waiting for your account, come into that room. And also, if you got your account and you try to figure out how to reach out to us, we are live every single night. And also, we are live constantly on that room in a public square, meet.nolomitemails.com/public square, and we will put that room in here on the chat, and it is already should be on that folder in a Google document and the description as well. If it's not in there, please let me know so I can add it to it, but I will check it straight after the stream and we'll add that to basically that document so you any one of you can access to us. So why we don't really send emails? As you all know, we don't send commercial emails to our members. We never have, we never will do. And also everything else that we do is absolutely cookie free and add-on free, and we don't kind of track data, and we don't sell basically our clients data to any third parties, and we will never have. And as you can probably had experience with us, if you've been with us for some time, you will see that the fact is we never send commercial emails out, and we only talk majority of the time account related stuff live one-to-one, to basically for your safety, for our safety, for everybody who is part of the network, is the safety reasons. That's why we don't do that. And also we don't communicate through the Gmail or Hotmail. Basically, like we ourselves, we don't use anything like that. We use obviously our own domain email, and initial emails get basically triggered either by myself or by my partner, and there's only two of us basically has this power to send you the emails. No one else in the world. Basically, people faking it. Just beware of that. And of course, if you follow me on LinkedIn, I'm also active on LinkedIn. You can find me over there as well. So we were hanging out. Well, last night we did a stream. It was amazing. It's hour and a half long. And if you are new, I highly recommend you to kind of swing it YouTube on. Also watch those long live streams that we've been doing. So our live and our content is all real, all live. There is no AI involved, and is also never been scripted. So literally day-to-day basis, when we do streams is basically just what happens, and that's basically how we've been rolling all our kind of existence of basically since No Limit Emails. We've been streaming, and of course before we did on YouTube, we missed the YouTube actually for quite some time, like literally more than 2 years. We didn't post anything on YouTube. It was in a private Facebook group chat or group, and that's where we used to do 2 times a week live streams. So on there is basically a couple of years in the beginning of No Limit Email stuff that we streamed over there. But as if you kind of not know what happened to me in Facebook, there are several streams we did about that as well. So we're not going to repeat that type stuff. But really, we ourselves, myself, I try to divorce almost all social medias. But as I understand that many of our family members do those sites, and I am still available on the group chat on Facebook with my basically my partner's account, which is she's like my secretary. Basically, if something happened over there, she kind of relay back to me. But generally speaking, I don't have account anymore on Facebook. I do not have account on X. I only have account on YouTube. I have my personal YouTube channel, well as two sister channel for No Limit Emails, and I've been posting quite lots of content on both channels. As when we do challenges, we normally use 30-day email challenge channel that basically if the people who take part and participate and agree to be streamed on, and we do that. And obviously, if they disagree, we normally don't stream those challenges, which is as few round went on, people didn't want to be kind of streamed, so we didn't stream them. Would it be a little bit more than probably 300 videos or 300 live streams on that channel as well? So on this specific channel, there is a lot more content. It's not just 100 and odd kind of videos or live streams. As you know, we really don't post videos. I mean, our thing is live. We do live things. And that's why we kind of do this stuff. Obviously, one is to just record our day-to-day history, and also the second part is to record like stuff that system related updates and everything else, and also get together with family member and have open discussions. As you all know, we really don't hide ourselves under the rock because we trust what we do is important, and therefore obviously we have a gut, so to speak, to be with our family members, especially in the software world. We trust the infrastructure that we built, which is that's why many other founders, they hide themselves because it's not them who is building it. They normally hire people they themselves don't understand, don't know what to do, and obviously when things get broken, they don't know how to fix. So they hide themselves behind the third party places or line of basically sport, you could say sports centers that hold somewhere else, some part of the world, or call centers. Or they just give you like basically a robotic article type of ticketing system that they basically never provide anything live. So we were ourselves fed up with that kind of stuff, and that's why we always had a live and live access to us, uh, between us and our members, and there's lots of private conversation happens. And since last time we did the founder reveal what they works, obviously I revealed lots of stuff. Chris revealed a lot of stuff. When Barbara is available, she shares amazing stuff. And obviously our goal is in here, to really share with you what we are doing and what really working and what's really matter. And it's obviously is all about be able to really communicate with the rest of the world, be it via cold email or warm email or live stream live calls. So as you all know, Meet No Limit Emails is available to everybody to use. You don't have to be paid member, part of the network to use that, but get No Limit Emails, the email services and servers, they are amazing. I mean, absolutely outstanding, absolutely insanely good. And I'm saying this not as a creator of it, but as a user of it, been experiencing it the last 7.5, 8 years myself. Uh, they told me literally it's impossible many, many times. And still, I get quite lots of this type of questions all the time, it's not possible to send tens of millions of emails. And this is true for many, many millions of people that does email marketing. It is true when they say that it's not possible because everything else out there is very restrictive and very costly. So I totally get it when people say it's impossible. And I totally understand if somebody told me that they can do that, and I would like to see the evidence, right? And of course, for this specific evidence reason, I personally been using exact same website last 7 years, and obviously recorded lots of videos that I've been sharing with you on that specific website in here in YouTube, and as well as obviously, like I mentioned a few years ago, on Facebook as well. So last night we had that amazing, amazing conversation. So this tonight is quite interesting because obviously, as a founder, as a business people, as a business, uh, you could say ourselves, and as well as many, many, many of our family members, their business. Basically, what we are doing in here is just not available anywhere else in the internet. It isn't. It really isn't. And I mean, if it was, please, if you find similar thing, just invite me. I will be more than happy to be a customer and to come test the ground with you. And the reason that I'm saying there is nothing like this on the internet, because I am personally active and searching and also asking lots of different things. But what I have found out, literally lately, like last few days, even like this afternoon, every system that they kind of try to basically promote to you or try to get you to buy into uh, end up in two places, guys. Really is. Is in the tooling itself is vast, so there's lots of tools, but majority of them lately and last few weeks, last few days, even today, this afternoon, I had approached by somebody, and basically they tried to sell me email marketing system, lead gathering system, and all that kind of stuff. Anyways, we'll have a chat, we go live, we talk, and I asked them very, very simple question. What is the setup? How can I see the setup? Can you show me the setup? Can you show me the working setup that yourself using? Anyway, and always leads to two things: Gmail inboxes, Outlook inboxes. When I'm asking them that I want to send hundreds of thousands of emails, and every time end up in these two networks, guys. There is nothing else out there that is not being promoted in essence of basically standalone system, because literally every one of them that is approaching me, myself, you can look at yourself in YouTube, just put a cold email marketing, and you will see tons of people promoting smart lead, go high level, or go high level rebranded reskin type of similar things, and they all end up in these two networks: Gmail inboxes, Outlook inboxes, third party SMTP, third party email verifiers, non-dedicated IPs, pulled up stuff, multiple domains, multiple inboxes, and as always end up in that. The alternative to that is places like basically HubSpot or MailChimp or GetResponse or Salesforce or Amazon SES or Adobe Marketo. And there is tens of thousands of this as well. So there are these two options. Everybody else is involved in the world of email marketing, is custom to them, and obviously got used to them, when we show and share the system that we built, it just puzzles them. It really does. And I keep getting over and over, basically saying to me, no, you cannot do that. No, this is not really possible. Then we kind of show them the YouTube channel. Then we show them the system. Then we show them all these recorded sessions. Then we show them basically over 200 domains taking from 0 point to sending single emails. And each domain end up sending millions of emails end of 30 days. And after that 30 days, each domain could send million email every single day. Then they says, oh my God, why I have not find you? Why why are you like not being kind of like promoted by everybody? And I tell you the answer, guys. The truth is, everyone that involved in this other systems, they don't like the fact, the truth, there is another option is much better than everything else in the world, because it puts their face into the mud, because they've been lying all this time to the people. So, and it's even like on YouTube, because our content is authentic, is not fake, and doesn't not involve conspiracies, and even YouTube buries us. Look, our channel is not empty, but we don't get recommended to anyone by bullshit algorithm they have. But we don't really care about them, guys, because literally we ourselves, we don't rely any third party to give us traffic. We generate the traffic ourselves. We send an emails to everyone in the world, literally everyone, if you know what I mean. When you have the power that you could send the email to everyone in the world, and the people who in the other side, they're always not going to believe you. This, are being called every name under the sun, basically, because what we are doing, we say like, this is what we can do and execute. And that's the basically opposite, you could say, slap slash we get. But the truth is, there is an option. The truth is, there is an amazing way. There is a much better way. So does really email itself works in 2026? Absolutely. We shown you previously daily average volume of emails about around 300 billion emails a day. But we also know the statistics, the true data. There's almost 60 to 68% of this 300 billion emails is basically spam and malware, and scams, you name it. And 99% of those emails that goes out goes through this shared kind of system that everyone else is using. So I'm sure if you go to your email and you can see your inside your Gmail, 99% of the spam that you get and is coming from those shared IP places. And if it's not like that, please let me know. Normally, the system like no limit email system, you don't go through the share IP places. You go through the authenticated, dedicated line, trackable, traceable, and also authenticated communication without tampering. And this is another really areas like lots of people really don't kind of experience, because they are in this other, you could say, fake cloud that has been invented and created, especially on a legacy SaaS type of models. And of course, they did their job at the time, but really right now, absolutely, they don't work. People wasting money on them, don't get me wrong. People are always in the spam because literally they cannot get out spam. And I shared with you a few weeks ago another stream. I looked it in my spam folder, and that stream is in the channel somewhere. You just scroll to find it. And I keep whitelisting these people because I really want to receive the information, the emails, see, basically for me to learn from. And also, in some cases, I am actually paid customers, it is, but the email somehow just doesn't get out of the spam folder. And that's one of the other areas, like literally a lot of people need a kind of researcher to understand it. Literally is about real solid state of infrastructure and authenticated sender versus obviously shared IP pooled. Everybody's been throwing in and somebody's spamming 10 years ago. And today you join that network, you will be paying for the basically wrongdoing, even where in majority of the cases, these people, they don't use that network anymore. They just abuse it, move another, abuse it, move another, abuse it, move another. And why I know this? Guys, I did this type of stuff myself for about 15 years. Literally, a kind of hundreds of ESP accounts I personally had. And of course, I had lots of account closure, account suspensions, ban, and obviously list hijacks and all that kind of stuff. And that's why we decided to do something about it so it doesn't keep happening to us. So to be honest, it is another option that is necessary to have as not just for email marketing, but really to just back up your data, keep your data hygiene, keep you away from spam, especially if you really care about email deliverability. I mean, end of the day, is it pointless to have an email, be it with volume or with less volume, if deliverability doesn't work, if it works, if you can't really get out spam, and it's just literally you burning money. And as you know, the reason that we go to our spam to find out, see if there's any important email being sent by important places that you look. But generally, 99% of people, they never even look into the spam folder unless they've been asked to. But generally speaking, I mean, literally, do you go to your spam folder every day to look for things? Normally, you don't unless you are anticipating something back from some important people, and suddenly you can't see it in your inbox or any other folder. As you know, Gmail is split the Gmail to so many folders as look like Amsterdam Red District whorehouse. Literally, it is like that, and unfortunately, and it is bad for everybody. And I mean, you all know what is my thinking is about really. Gmail and Hotmail, they are the ones really majority of the reason that a lot of people getting hacked and compromised because then they don't care. And that's the reality, that's the truth. Like if they cared, they would not have basically people utilizing their systems to compromise others, and they don't care, guys. The truth is they don't. And that's long as you're giving them a little bit of money here and there, and they really don't care. That's what's really happening in real world. That's why really majority of the email doesn't work. I mean, please tell me, if you're using a Gmail, if you're using a Hotmail, who control your SPF, DKIM, DMARC? Who controls your IP? Who controls everything else you're doing? And the truth is, you are not in control of any of that stuff. So that's why your email never going to work. And that's why our system, our setup is being pushed under the carpet, because 99% of the people doing the email marketing, including myself for many, many years on the old setup, because we didn't have no other options and they haven't got no other options. And that's why when we approach them with this kind of systems, everybody seems kind of like basically they don't believe. So how many domains should I use is one of the biggest question I keep getting hit with all the time. The truth is, you don't need multiple domains unless you want to have a multiple systems to scale insanely. But generally speaking, 1 to 3, 1 to 5 domain, it will give you all the volume that you need. I mean, single domain can do that too, but we always recommend, like, if you really want a huge volume, like 100 million, 200 million, 300 million email a month, or 50 million email a day, or 100 million email a day, then you probably need to have a pool of sites so you can pull the number. But really, the single kind of domain is enough from basically if you are Inc. 500 company to the, you could say, institution that has a few million kind of subscribers is enough. You don't need also multiple inboxes to actually execute this. And we've been experiencing and sharing with you all these years. You only need a really good one authenticated line of communication, and that's it. And of course, depending on the service size, depending on package sizes, depending on obviously your send limits, even in our system, we do have send limits. Like, that's why different packages for kind of, you could say, different budget and different needs. And we believe like literally 99% of the world population of the businesses online, they never send 100,000 emails a month. Majority of them way low. But like even kind of sending 100,000 emails everywhere else you go is going to cost you, close to the $1,000. And that's expensive for most businesses to kind of even attempt to do that, as this other share hosted sites are all like this. But we know reality is we've been providing this exact same infrastructure for 67 bucks for 7 years now. And that's not change. And that's another kind of area when like we talk to people think, oh, hang on, it's the same thing. Is it really fake that I could send 100,000 emails is only 67 bucks? It must be fake. That's so cheap. It is just cheap. It's so cheap it's fake. No, I don't want to build Elon's next gen solar system. With an LE, you heard it. He was the first. Absolutely. I mean, this is the thing I got yesterday and this afternoon with somebody. Honestly, I did a demo, and I showed them the price. The first thing that come out the person's mouth, it says to me, "Hey, this is fake. Don't kind of pull our leg. Like, this is absolutely fake." And I says, "Oh, please, just allow me for a second." Uh, and then I log into the system, and I said to him, "Look, this is what capability of the specific site system is. So if you saying it's fake, how can I been posting, and as several thousand people now on the network utilize the network, don't you think somebody would go on the internet and say, well, that is fake? Don't you think somebody would go on the internet and do the review, do the kind of YouTube video about us? If it was fake and as it exists this long, don't you think several thousands of people now been experiencing the system would go online and do this kind of things?" And then obviously nothing like that in the world, because the people who can make that kind of thing, they lie, they haven't had the experience of it. And we find them out very, very quickly. In the past, people do make fake reviews. Believe me, people do make fake accusations of things. And then when we confront them, and it's automatically they get shut down. Because generally speaking, everything that we do in no limit emails is based on the individual experience in it and find it out for themselves. And when they find out that everything we say is true and real, there's, you can't make lies about something that you could say you didn't have experience with. And that's why these people keep getting caught. That's why all the people that over the years have experience with us, who kind enough to just give us, the honest opinion, honest kind of view of things, uh, they are in Trustpilot. And we don't also ask everybody to give us reviews either. Like, literally, we don't. It's up to the individual if they want to go and publish something in the internet. Majority of people that use our system, they want to stay discreet, they want to stay private. That's basically the whole idea behind the whole system, is about privacy, about really dedicate the system to kind of guard everyone. And that's why we really appreciate whoever kind of gives us the kind of opinion and honesty and about the experience. Hi, Doug. Welcome. Hi, Chris. By the way, I've been going on ranting for 40 minutes. I wanted to wait a little bit so you guys are in here. If you want to have a last 20 minutes of the show in a live panel, we can bring that on and you can chime in. Please let me know so we can bring the live panel on and we can give you the flow. And of course, as a creator of No Limit emails, as you all know, this is the difference here because we believe in what we are doing. And therefore, we don't hide ourselves literally under the rocks. That's why we are so public about really what we do. And obviously, the other people doing this kind of stuff, to be honest, they misleading people. To be honest, that's why they can't face. They can't really be in a live. They always in a recorded kind of situation, or I mean, you know the really score. So that's probably problem number one for the many other kind of system creators. And me and Doug, we are in the public place live panel. If you are audible, let me know. Anybody can join in and jump in. And we have quite a couple of interesting questions. You guys also have the power to kind of ask and also answer. So one of the question, obviously, is this was like seriously, how is it possible to send 100,000 emails for $67? We are in a live panel. Hopefully, Doug can hear me.
I can hear you.
Aha, I can hear you too, sir. Great. Hopefully, some of our family members jump in, like, so we can have this discussion a little bit. And as me and Doug on this live room, I am also going to share my screen just a second to be interesting to share this in a public, especially.
You're not going to put me full face in here, are you? Oh, it looks like you are.
Oh yeah, we are on full face on here, absolutely. So
if this is going to be scary, because as soon as it comes up, there it is.
no, it's not going to be scary, and it's absolutely essential to kind of share
That
this
we are
together.
real.
Yeah, this is essential actually to kind of share about really. I keep having lots of people coming to us, and obviously we want to be absolutely transparent. So I want to ask you, Doug.
Yep.
Because people probably think I have fixed internet or something. So like on your end, if you don't mind, you have a spare browser and go to the Wayback Machine.
Okay.
And on the Wayback Machine, simply stick in the sales page URL in.
Okay.
And
I'll do that
then
in a sec, and then share it.
and then you can share it, of course. So while you do that, and I have this question, and it's really interesting because people genuinely, I really believe people genuinely seeking solution to get them out of the hole, especially email black hole of the spam folders. So we shared this before, and we will share it again. Literally, what sender reputation score considered good or bad? And there is a little bit misconception in the world about really sender score. So we believe send score is not that great deal of importance on the share IP situation. So that's the big misconception the world has. And also sender score actually can be absolutely zero. and depending on the setup, system will still send an email out. But SendScore's interesting side of things, especially if you try to keep good reputation, good practices, SendScore only really relevance for good brand protection over a long period of time and on a single domain when you're setting things up. And anything beside it, literally on a shared system like Gmail, Workspace, email inboxes, or Outlook 365, really they just irrelevant. It doesn't really matter. Even if you are using something like Go High Level or Smart Lead or similar systems, literally on those kind of system, and absolutely you doesn't matter. You can't really control any of that kind of reputation side of things. And of course, that is again is all about really not just the domain, but and also the actual sending IP and sending actual SMTP, the processor itself, and as well as the relay that is rely on basically mass distribution of email itself, also another kind of score. But just straightforward send IP score. I mean, anybody could go and check like many tools online, including the ones that I made, that you could basically instantly find out what your send score is like, how you can kind of just adjust as you're doing stuff. So about really sender reputation, score of the IP is more important. Score of the actual SMTP is more important. And of course, score of the actual relay that really distributes the messages, also important. And of course, you cannot really have any of this stuff if you really haven't got decent SPF, DKIM, DMARC setup, and as well as obviously decent clean IP that is not being classed as abused kind of network. And that's basically what you got to look for it. So I hope that answers that question. And whoever's sending them, I know maybe you are doing email or you try to do email. Obviously, if you're experiencing this kind of stuff on those kind of undedicated structure places, then you need to look at kind of really another options. If you are capable of setting this up yourself, you can. But believe me, it's full of headaches, full of unknowns, and you will lose your hair.
I'll lose my hair. Good idea. Thanks. Actually, I have 3 of them open.
You able to do it?
I'm able to do it.
I wish my
it's not the current one. Of course, it's the old one, which was the
we'll always have the old one first, always.
Yep, the old one first
Mm-hmm.
is let me see, where did I put you? Okay, I have 20 September, or I guess it's December of 2021.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
I'm
correct
gonna
date. Yeah.
September 2021. That's the first day that
The page went live. They took screenshot.
they took a screenshot on the very first day. So this
Yeah.
is what it looks like. Okay. And let's see.
And this is the notification for the
There it
people
is.
that keep telling us that is like kind of fake, not true. Like,
Right. They say it's not true. This is what archive.org says. And did I get the whole thing? I think I did.
yeah, you
You'll
have
have
the
to
whole
bring it up.
page.
Whole page. Yep, there's the whole page. Okay, so that's the Wayback Machine. As you can see up here, that is yellow. So that was December 23rd, 2021. There's the page. A marketing revolution. It started that day. Okay, so it's long form. There was a video here that went on about it. We had looked at other ways to do what we were doing. And then what you got, and it was limited time. Limited time, I guess. Yeah, never mind. And we looked at what you would pay, because we'd actually called these people. There was over 700 euros a month. This one was almost 3,000 euros a month, which at the time was, oh gosh, in Canadian dollars, that was, I forget what that was, 6,000 almost, because at that time our dollar was not very good. And then there, that's 4 plans. $67 a month got you 100,000 emails a month and a dedicated IP. Just under $100. Now this is dollars now, not euros. Yeah, US dollars. $97 a month, 200. That's 250,000 emails. And at less, I can't even work that out. That's so little per email that it's ridiculous. It's 0.0002 cents per email or something. This one's, I guess, a little easier. It's one more, I think it's 0.0004 or something. I can't remember exactly. This is 1 million emails a month for $200, less than $200. And the platinum at that time, unlimited emails, and we know what that could mean. That could mean up to 250 million emails in a month if you sent 8 million a day for $400 a month. That was, again, that was this one. So that's
6 years ago.
Yep, 2021. Now I'm going to hit another. Let's see what I put up in this one. Yep, that changed. This is this one. So that was almost a year later.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, a little over a year later. That's January 22nd, 2023. So that's just a year later. Let's go down here. It's virtually unchanged. Actually, it is unchanged because it was still that long form sales page. That's that. And that's the one that I flagged. So that's the 2021. And let me see, where am I here? And I have one more open. This is June 23, 2024. So same thing. Changed a little. We dropped some of the stuff out. But there's the plans. That's 3 years with no changes. And what I'm going to do on this one is I'll do this, just maybe if I can do this right live, maybe it'll let me do it. Let's see. This was last year. See if I can get this to do this. There it is. This was August 3rd last year, 2025. Now you can see that the page is much smaller, a lot less. There's just there's Chris and Barb, and Sue. Those are from what's that? What's that?
From Trustpilot.
Trustpilot, right? We just listed 3 or 6 services on here. It's way more than that. And there's nicer looking this time, Evan. I like the choose your plan better there. But again, here we are. The same price, 67, 97, 197, 397. That was August last year.
Yeah,
So-
only the platinum package changed 2 months ago than the current price.
I don't have a
They haven't
Right.
taken a screenshot of this year yet.
right, but I could put it up here.
Yeah, you could get the new page up. So like the first 3 packages, like bronze, silver, gold, still stay same. Only thing
Okay.
that we have to change basically is the
Let's do this
platinum
here.
unlimited, as you know, literally like comparison everything else changed, so that does need to be changed because lots of enterprises obviously like taking us for a ride, you know. But again, still cheaper than that place we looked like literally 7 years ago. Some of them was charging between 8,000 and 9,000.
Okay, so here is today. This is a live page.
Yeah.
And on a separate tab. As you can see, I've opened tabs. I have a whole bunch of tabs open here. Good thing you can't read them all.
I'm saying.
I'm terrible. I have so many tabs open, and this is a phrase browser, by the way, and it works just dandy.
Working
Anyway,
good.
there we are, $67, $97, $197 for 1 million emails. To do 1 million emails, when we were looking, we actually went live on websites on their chats, and some just for the SMTP. Was it Amazon SES? I think that we went on, and we tried to get 1 million emails, but we couldn't get it to 1 million because it told us we had to.
You have to have separate accounts.
A separate account, but also we had to speak to a representative. It wouldn't give us a dollar value.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But we had, I think we had gotten up to 800,000 or something when the
price bar doesn't work.
Pull a price
anymore.
bar, and it cut off around 800,000, and I believe it was 90. Was it 9,400 or something?
Yeah, it's very, very close to the 10,000.
Close to $10,000 just for 800,000 emails, just for the SMTP.
Yep.
That was all. That was, you got nothing with it. You were given an API or an IP and nothing else. You had to do everything else yourself. And it was at $10,000. So this unlimited is less money than this if you're using Amazon SMTP.
Yeah, absolutely. And currently, like on Amazon, if you try to send basically 1 million or more, far as what I kind of able to kind of share is, or what they shared with me, the guys that kind of works on that, it is around $23,000 to $24,000 a month.
Now.
Yeah, right now, like if you're trying to do 1 million email daily in Amazon, that's the kind of basically money you would be paying.
Wow.
And that's just based on basically try to send 1 million email a day. So, hypothetically, you're looking like around 30 million email a month. So 30 million email a month, and that is like between $20,000 to $25,000 a month you would pay. But with this, even like $97 for 1 million emails, as you know, We did some challenges. We actually kind of activated and limited on discounts, and those counts have the power to do 1 million email a day. So at the time,
Yes,
people really didn't kind of tag us on. You guys did.
right. Oh, you bet we did.
Yeah. So like I'm so glad that you guys did, because literally, as you can see, like literally like it's impossible to any other kind of places to try to find a system that you could do 1 million email a day and that the price is not change for 7 years. I mean, this is like, as people kind of like, basically when they say that's not not possible. So we are very lucky. At least there is a kind of way back machine is not going to favor us or lie for us.
Right.
they
Oh, yeah.
so they have the kind of record of the internet, so to speak, so anybody could really look that up. And when I do this, like basically with new people, then they kind of like get puzzled, like, how is it on earth this is possible? You guys been doing this long, why we not heard of you? And I'm saying, well, is we are basically not advertising anywhere, and the people that who invite people in is like normally just word of mouth. Somebody experienced with us invite somebody they care about, and that's why, obviously we can afford go to the YouTube pay ad, go to the whatever paid ads, but we not doing that kind of stuff, and we will never pay ad to try promote ourselves.
Right. Well, it wouldn't make sense
Yeah,
at this dollar value. Like, this is really for family and friends. This is family and friends.
for very, very
The
special people, believe me, like.
special people. And if you've turned down as many as you've accepted.
Oh my God, we turned down even today. Honestly, today I turned down 4 different people that tried to join in. That is
Yeah.
4 people I turned down. That's just like today. A couple of days ago, I turned down again 4 or 5 people. Today, 4 or 5 people. Every day, 4 or 5 people we turn down. Because literally, like, as you know, we do a little bit of research on them, and when we find out literally like they try to kind of like abuse the system, they're not really realistic business. Obviously, well, there are many foul people out there. They will take advantage of us, and we are very aware of that, and that's why rejection is high, because we do our own homework before we actually activate system for people. And as you know, like generally speaking, they keep saying to me like, this is not possible, you are lying to us, you cannot really do 100,000 emails for this price, and all that kind of basically lots of nonsense they throw at me, because literally I understand, as you know, uh, they are coming from this other side of the world, other side of the ecosystem of emails, that they do not have experience, that they could control data. So to kind of really answer that in a nutshell, like, let me ask you this: how many emails have you verified, sir, with a no limit email system?
Oh, I've lost track.
There you go. That's the answer
Um,
for you guys. He's lost the track of the
I,
numbers. He's
I,
verified.
but I haven't sent emails to all of them.
Yeah.
I've verified them and then downloaded them into a file of verified emails and sold them that way.
So let me
So,
kind of clarify what just Doug said. If you are out there, you maybe kind of misunderstand. Doug is media buyer, media seller. He verifies millions and millions and millions of emails. He packages them, and obviously sells this along, or exchange, and all that kind of stuff. It's just like any other media exchange place. But as you know, there are many data brokers. A majority of those data brokers, they will sell you lots of fake data. When it
or
comes
unverified data.
Exactly. And when it comes to really us, myself, I buy media, Doug buy media, we sell, we exchange, we give, we gift. And that's the difference. Like when it comes to the really verification, on the email, but I personally
nice.
know Doug has sent more than 1 million emails himself. I
On
know.
one day, I
Yeah.
sent 2.4 million. It
Yeah,
took,
that's just really one
took
shot, like
one
generally
shot.
speaking. So,
Yeah.
like when it comes to the really 1 million email, like as many people kind of keep rejecting, that's not possible. Here's the fact. Here's the truth. I personally have sent more than 100 times last 7 years, a million emails or close to the million emails, and is sometimes way over a million emails myself with the system. Doug has done that on several challenge counts. Uh, and we also like kind of did the timing on those things. Normally, like literally, is this kind of mass amount of data, many other systems out there, it will take days. I mean, literally take days. But in our case, is not even taking a 12 hours. Like many times before, we used to send the million email would go out between 7 to 8 hours. But in the current setup, right, really currently right now, that is around 6 hours, like six, depending on the network you are at. In some cases, even less, like 6 hours to process, send, distribute a million emails. That's the kind of literally not many network has a capability to do in that short a period of time. I don't care what people say. I really don't care what system they use, that be it Amazon SES, be it Mailgun, be it PostSpark, be whoever it is they're using, even if they are using more like places like Morning Brew or Substack or anything like that. If you have a million people that you send an email to, none of those systems are out there is going to be able to compete with 6 hour period, or let's say 8 hour period, to send million emails. If you have system that does less than 6 hours, million emails, you're doing something right. Invite me in. I will be your first customer. And that's
And
basically,
only if it's priced like this.
I mean, I don't mind even paying 3 times as this, honestly, because it's worth it. Like, if you have a system like this, obviously, I'd be love to join in. But obviously, like, especially if you have a system like this, and then 7 years of price not change, like in this levels, with kind of infrastructure that kind of we have and experienced. And that's why, like, literally, sometime I post a post, I say, well, I divorce all the other ESPs. I'm never using like MailChimp ever again. People kind of like get angry at me. Why? Like, I do get that quite a lot. So I have a one interesting question, Doug.
Okay.
And
I
this is
can,
basically
and
like,
I may have an answer.
yes, like
Maybe.
we already kind of like, you probably have the answer, definitely, 100%. Why are my emails going to spam? Is the question. I mean, I
Because
already
your
answered a little bit.
IP is burnt or your domain is burnt and you didn't do it, but the 1,000 other people that are sharing that IP with you, one of them, only takes one of them to burn the IP because they've been spamming and whatever. So, yeah, that's
99% of the time, we've mentioned this before quite a few times, actually, not just on this stream, but previous streams as well, because this is the occurring question keep coming. Originally, like, according to our own understanding and finding and experience of literally sending huge amount of emails over so many years, 99% of the emails lands in a spam because somebody abused that network, and that somebody could be years and years ago, literally, like could be 10 years ago. They're not even using it today, and you just join that network, your emails go to spam. And basically shared IP abuse systems is the one of the major reasons literally your emails go to spam. It's not really subject line, but we also see lots of email content that I'm receiving. AI will block them and instantly classify them as a spam as well, because the content is misleading. The content is full of riddles, triggery, lies, so to speak.
Mhm.
And that's another kind of reason. You could say 99% is like that structure IP dedicated line, and the other, you could say 1 or 2% of it is the content itself. As we all understand, every single spam word in the content of the email puts a point against you. And the Google system is you only need 3.
Yeah, it's even worse.
Yeah, so the 3 words, it pushes you over that 3% levy they have in the AI stuff, and your email literally doesn't pass. So AI is filtering.
The other day, I clicked on, I think it was Russell Brunson, because he was offering a free ebook or whatever. And Russell Brunson went to spam on my Gmail. I gave a valid Gmail address, and it went to spam right away. Didn't even make it into my inbox. So if Russell Brunson can't get in the inbox, what about all the other marketers? Well, there's a lot of them that are in my spam, and I don't always go in and bring them out either. I just leave them sitting there until they disappear after 30 days or whatever it is. Because I'd be spending all day trying to get valid, actual good marketers out of the spam box, because they're just not using a system that consistently hits the inbox. Not like us.
Chris chimes in, says multi-persons using shared IPs ruin your reputation, 100%.
Absolutely. Yes.
And also, like Chris has mentioned, like about 2,700 email a minute currently we're processing, which is like almost, that is also like Chris is a little bit on, depending on the person network as well. But on the service side is very, very close to the about 4,000 emails every minute. Like
that's the other thing that's different with the new version, is that when should your browser happen to quit on you in the middle of sending, the new version keeps sending in the background.
yeah,
So
the
you
new
don't have to
version
sit there.
definitely is better.
Yeah, and so you don't have to re-trigger it when you come back up, which makes it kind of nice. Although
Yeah.
the old, I don't know. See, I'm torn between the two versions. I have
To be honest, I like the both.
each.
Like I like to keep one and the old one and one on the new one.
Yeah, me too.
So that's like the old one has different advantages, as you know, a little bit older technology, but has a little bit more potent abilities. And the new one, obviously, I mean, the old one we also changed, so you can do the timing thing, like actually send an email based on time trigger as well.
Oh yes, right. That's true.
So that's another
In
thing.
which case it goes out through the server without having the browser open.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, like generally, like that's why, like before when we sending, like you got to let kind of that bar close the kind of timer, as you know, is physical. So like sometimes when we are uploading large amount of data, like large lists, we wanted to kind of that also have that option of obviously do it in the background, so it doesn't affect you if his browser crashes or if his internet drops. So it's very similar thing that is really background of the older one is also kind of being renovated, so to speak, to still have the same time trigger as the new version. But we're going to give you even better version very, very soon, because version 7 and 8 of Moetic is happening. And we are also working on version 7. Version 7 has a little bit more different improvements. And we are currently ripping it to pieces. So, as you know, normally take a while for us to kind of really make it as current version. As you know, and literally in the Moetic community, the version 6 is not production version. But we turned to the production version because it was too much headache for the open source teams try to kind of make it work. But as you know, we are able to make it work how supposed to kind of work, but still has quite a lot of things. Actually, we like to improve on it, but we wanted to improve them when the version basically 7 or version 8 kind of manifest, because they tried to catch up still, like with a systems out there. Basically, they tried to
Have they
compete.
managed to get the dead code out of it?
Yeah,
Of
definitely.
17?
Like
They
lots
have.
of lots of like different people add different recipes, as you know, literally open sources like that. And then we also understand the current team that is dealing with all that stuff really doesn't understand it much as we are. As we've proven, basically every version they brought out since existence always had a bugs and problems, but our versions, we got rid of all those kind of
Yeah,
crazy
I
stuff
don't get
happening.
the only time I get an error is because I have so many tabs open and I lose that one once in a while, and I've left it actually running open, and it'll log me off, which is fine, but it also wants me to refresh the browser. It'll send me an error that I have to refresh the browser to get to the login screen. But
Well,
that's the
yes, I have
only error
to.
I ever get.
It does now and then to me as well. Obviously, like it is logs you out. It's just like any other kind of servers.
Right. Well,
To
and it's okay to be logged out, but then it doesn't give you the login screen. It just gives you an error over top of what you were looking at
Yeah, exactly,
because of
because it's
because
already know that you logged into it.
yes, it's the browser
You,
cache.
yeah,
You're looking
browser
at the
cache. You
browser.
just need to clear. That's it. So
Yeah.
literally, like for us, it's been pretty amazing. Like as you know, like when we're looking at really like, I mean, anybody in the world can look this up. By the way, I'm not saying this to kind of like just kind of for sake of it, but really, if anybody's interested, can look up history of the Muetic on the archives, like
Yes.
archives.org, and you will see like literally over a period of years. I mean, it is one of the really decent systems out there,
Well,
but
there
it's
are, and I downloaded them. I actually have them on a separate hard drive. I have the 300 plus original videos as they come out from Mautic. I have them all saved uh, separate on a separate drive. But they, over the years, each one of this the versions has had videos done for them, and they're still available. I think I haven't downloaded recently with the newer versions. I'm assuming they have newer
but the
versions.
YouTube and everything's changed, the teams changed and everything. But really, like what I wanted to kind of add, like about really the history about releases, and also like if you kind of check out the actual developer forums and about issues they faced all along. And then obviously like I do, as you know, I do kind of a little bit of research. I also do a little bit of investigative stuff behind the scene. Like literally when Mueti got sold to IKEA could not really clear things out, and they end up spending $1 billion and then giving it back for nothing because they could not really solve the issues it had. And they could not, you could say, they could not make it work for them. It's just like very similar Adobe that bought Marketo software, and it's still because the old people of Marketo is not there, and they are also very very similar kind of situation with that. And generally speaking, we looked as oldest versions. We started with version 2 of Moetic, and then version obviously 3. We stayed about several years now with version 4. That's why we have like old one and new one. And there's obviously right now we're using version 6, but we also now currently on the Moetic side, they are definitely working. There are some version of 7s that are about, uh, but not ultimate kind of version yet. As you know, everything online, open source, over a period of time does come up with new stuff. And when new people injecting new recipes to old stuff is kind of break things. And literally, we've been cleaning the Matic out, kind of line by line, dot by dot.
Well, the first one, there was several 100,000 lines of dead code in the first one that you cleaned up.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like even this one, like the version 6, there is literally so much dead stuff in it would not really kind of work with our systems. As you know, like we wanted everything that we built on top of it to work, to do necessary kind of lifting, so to speak, especially on email verifier side of things, well as other
Yeah.
stuff that we have. I mean, we love Moetic, and is Moetic great tool, honestly. And our version, I think, is the best in the world, to be
I
honest.
think it is too.
So, like, I mean, like, there are another companies using Moetic, providing Moetic and all that, but really, our
They're
version
using their
is.
own versions, though, are they?
Yeah, they
What are
like
they
normally
using?
they get the kind of like messy, to be honest, like what I've seen it out there. Well, as on the, as you know, I'm pretty active on the Moetic developer forums and things like that.
Right.
So I do check them. I do have a conversation with the people that genuinely interested on a decent emailer. I mean, there are several out there, like literally open source, but we find out Moetic is the most, you could say, enterprise level that you could make a decent kind of, you could say, emailer out of it. And this is like our own experiences been like that. I mean, Moetic is very problematic to even just install, to be honest. It's like very complicated piece of kit. There's lots of loose ends you have to tie up and lots of different places you have to tune in with. And a lot of people really do not understand it. And that's why they introduce recipe to it to break stuff, because they don't understand the other complicated side that really need to tune in. For example, you have to know Symphony in order for you to really work well with the Moetic. If you don't understand Symphony, and you cannot really do much with Moetic. So you have to have a knowledge of Symphony, and also you have to have a knowledge of Twig, and also you have to obviously have a good knowledge of uh, server setup side of things. And it is really, you could say, it requires a really like person that is trained on for many years to kind of do this kind of stuff. And we are lucky, like we've been spending lots of time learning it, implementing it. I mean, I personally didn't have that much of experience with Moetic myself prior, like doing no limit emails. I did run it, several versions of it. It was always problematic. I end up running other kind of really simple ones, like just normal PHP mailers and things like that. But Moetic is absolutely like, you could say, press for email, and is better, and is such a great tool, to be honest. I wish the versions, future versions, they don't kind of, you could say, break it everything and try to make it another HubSpot out of it or MailChimp out of it, which is kind of will be nonsense, which is current directions they are doing. They try to compete with obviously something like MailChimp, something like HubSpot. I mean, they want to make money, I understand. That's kind of given. But generally speaking, as an original open source tool made for the public by goodness of heart of the guy who created it, and now a bunch of other people's kind of taking it wrong direction. And we try to keep basically good working versions, so we
Right.
can
But
literally have.
your two versions do not try to take us somewhere else in the background. If we're in an editor, there's nothing that we can click on that will take us somewhere else other than where we want to be. There's like no hidden code in your versions, in our two versions. So
Yeah, that's another thing. Like when we kind of look at it, the privacy should be private. Like if I'm running it in my server and there should not be intrusion with any third-party links somewhere lying around, redirects lying around, retracts lying around, and that kind of stuff.
Well, version 5 felt like I was under attack every time I tried to use it.
Yeah, I mean, like version 5 was really like, I think version 5 and 6, the both of them is literally, you could say, planning versions. They were not really production ready. As you know, like.
But ours is production ready. I mean, usable. It doesn't do anything overtly that I've noticed.
No, they are definitely like, we changed it to become like, we changed a lot to become that basically like usable state, so to speak.
Yeah.
But right, even like on their website, like anybody can go and check out literally like Matic developer forums, and they will, they say, they highlight that, hey, version 6 is literally is not production ready stuff. You're going to have a lot of problems if you install it. Like version 7, obviously they try to tighten like things around, but for us is really like, even our version 4 is very, very stable version. So that's why we keep both sides open, because we know version 4 has some really interesting kind of advantages, and then obviously version 6.
So do you still offer both versions? That was a question I wanted to ask.
Yes, absolutely. Like when people ask for it, we will. Yeah, definitely.
Because everybody has different needs, and version 4 will do things that 6 won't do. So if you need to do that, version 4 is for you.
Yeah, definitely. Like version 4 we do, version 6, and obviously version 7 when we are working on version 7 ourselves. So, and eventually maybe towards the next year, when we kind of ironed everything out of it, and we will release in some of the new systems, and then obviously eventually kind of turn everybody else in the version 7.
Right.
Because
so will version 7 include what version 4 will do and what version 6 will do? Will it pull them together?
Yeah, I think a mixture of two. Like some parts, we even like in version 6 we have some part of the version 4, but they are just working behind the back end, so to speak. It doesn't really affect user part of it. This is like another like area, as we like when these things involve, as technology involved, obviously eventually some of the AI stuff going to get involved. We also like to keep it without AI stuff.
Right.
So it's like everyone else is kind of doing AI things, but really we just like this, you could say, raw manual kind of software that really has no AI manipulation, so to speak.
Right.
But like behind the scene, definitely we do have some AI tools, that's kind of different part when it comes to the really email things.
Right, but you've isolated us as users. You've isolated us from that part of us, the system. So we know what we can do once we learn the system well. The back end never seems to get in our way.
Well, yeah, the idea was literally like back end is like anywhere else, like literally is, you could say, no need to be accessed by anybody but just technicians, so to speak, behind the scene. Right. And obviously one of the major kind of reason for that kind of things, as you know, is really we are very kind of security conscious people. So as less people you have a finger in the back end, less likely you're going to get manipulated or data leakage or kind of crazy things goes on in many other systems that we see.
Right. But it's been wonderful how quickly issues were dealt with when I had a problem, and it turned out it was just the way I put the data in that it didn't want to come out. But
majority of the time, literally, is kind of you could say data input, maybe like the CSV is not right and not kind of formatted well, cleaned up well.
And that's why we have a 24-hour support. We always have somebody to ask.
So wonderful. Do you have any system related questions, Doug, as an expert of the system yourself?
No, it's almost too hard to tell people about it because they can't believe that we just do this and it works.
I mean, you just showed them 7 years of history with Wayback Machine, Doug.
Yeah, yes, and yeah, and absolutely no issues getting help. The team was there. It was one time, I believe it was right after a hurricane, that the support was spotty because the whole team was basically on the road to try and look out for each other where a hurricane had
But remember, it was
come
only
through.
literally in my zone.
Right, but the team was heading for your zone to see if you were all right because they
Yeah,
couldn't get hold
exactly. Like that's the kind of literally like one of the, you could say, advantages we have. We had the systems in place that any like disaster could happen, myself or your or anyone else that in the network, but still we will have a place that all of us can gather and like let each other know, without social media, without literally
Yeah,
like anything else. I mean,
actually, I phoned them.
mhm.
I talked to him on the phone because he was out on the highway.
Yeah, that's the like
Here,
literally amazing stuff that we do, like especially like we know like obviously like what's going on in the world right now. Any part of the world can go to the basically black, like dark.
yeah.
I mean, any part, literally any part of the world, this kind of things happening. And
We all rely on the same on electrical infrastructure.
exactly,
Unless
I
we
mean,
have
like
our own systems,
it's been amazing for us, to be honest, like be able to set up the system so we can isolate ourselves from, you could say, your normal outreach places, like basically be it Facebook or be it WhatsApp or be it whatever. I mean, literally, there are so many messaging app out there, and we use quite lots of them to just kind of be there. But like majority of the time, that really when something happens, we are live, like literally live talking to each other, and that is the different. Like as you know, we don't look at this as a kind of service sport. We ourselves as part of it and use
right? Well,
it.
right. No, okay. Your system isn't up on the screen now, but your system looks just like my system with a different icon.
Yeah,
It's
exactly. I mean, like, but because like we ourselves is kind of really day in day out using it, as you know, like we are our own sport, as you know, like, and that's the kind of also that get extended to everybody else,
right.
because obviously,
So
like we mentioned before, remember, like early on the stream, I mentioned lots of people they create software. There is millions of people provide software services, but nobody able to reach out to these people personally. Like it's very hard to speak someone in MailChimp. It's very hard to speak someone in Facebook, even Facebook billion-dollar company. I cannot find somebody live that I could talk to them.
no, that was frustrating as heck.
I mean, it still is. Honestly, I'm still after them to try to talk to
Is it
somebody.
still as bad as it was?
Yeah, you can't
I was
really.
watching when your Facebook died, but we were on the meet room when your Facebook died.
I've been on the other devices. I have the Instagram account still active. I try to tag everyone on Facebook. I never get a reply back or acknowledgement back. Nothing. It's just dead silent. And this kind, uh, I personally, this is my personal view, by the way. It's not like political thing. Oh, I just kind of dislike them. I
Right,
think
it's
should,
because you're living it.
yeah, I think should be illegal anywhere in the world to have a company that billions of people utilize it and not have a live human representatives that somebody with an issue reach out to them. It
Right.
should be illegal. Like, I mean, we are only two people dealing with no limit
With the
emails, for
the
example,
support. Yeah.
and we are available. If two people can be available, why can't a $1 billion company not have a live sport team? Like same as with Google. You try to reach out to Google live. It's impossible. Like you try to
Impossible.
reach out to Yahoo, somebody live. It's impossible. Like same, you try to reach out of, let's say, somebody like CNN. They are a live TV show. They are live TV broadcasters, but you cannot speak to anybody live. It's just like, to me, this kind of practices, when humanity try to find the point of transparency, so to speak. They all talk about truth and transparency, but if you are hiding, how can that kind of thing happen ever?
Right.
Like,
Well,
this
the
is the
thing
problem,
is,
really.
I think it got this way when corporations were given the same rights as an individual person. So, corporation is a person under the law, but that person is those persons, those corporations, are the only ones that are allowed to hide themselves. If you have a corporation and your name and it's incorporated, they expect you to answer for your corporation. But if the corporation itself doesn't have to answer, because really it doesn't have a voice, it's just there to make money. That's the whole thing. So that's why the whole thing is in such a mix-up.
Yeah, I think
Individuals
like
are
it's very
expected.
sad, to be honest. Like when it
It
comes to
is.
like you could say, like as a human, we involved on this so-called social networks, but generally speaking, nothing social about them. If there
No.
is no live human representation, how can you actually call it social? Like, especially from the provider themselves. Like, and to me is, yeah, okay, like corporation really is, you could say their goal is to make money, their goal is to kind of pay the share dividends and whatnot. But an end of the day is not, you could say, it's not that difficult to employ two people and say, well, your job is to answer emails, your job is to answer DMs, your job is to kind of like talk to the people. I mean, like those companies, corporations, as we all know, they can afford, like they have hundreds of thousands of employees.
Yeah.
But even the employees literally being hidden as if like something secret's going on. The, like as if every one of those corporations is like acting like CIA and FBI.
Yeah, it does seem like that, doesn't it?
It is
Yeah.
honestly, like I've been frustrated with Facebook. It's been nearly 3 years, literally, like try to reach out somebody in Facebook and asking them, like, literally, is it possible to get my account back off you guys? I know
Yeah, it
you
would be
have the
nice to have
service.
all those videos.
Yeah, like I'll like to get access to my content.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, like it looks like kind of like lost hope, to be honest. Like that's why we are doing this kind of things sometimes in our own private areas, that we can record and keep the videos and so on and so forth. It's been interesting, kind of few years going back and forth with Facebook, not hearing nothing from them. And that's again like my own personal experience with so-called access to the communication and shareability of the information as
Right.
a human right thing. Unfortunately, is just, you could say, written on the paper, is not really based on a reality of real human beings experiencing things. And that's what's really frustrates me. And is like they will blame on a privacy, right? They will blame like, oh, we didn't careful about things, it was our fault. And the truth is like, when you then kind of sending them information, say, hey, I was already logged into my account, it's not me who's logged in again, and you can look your data on your server and the IPs that I was logged in, and
Right.
then
But
like
if you
literally
can't
goes deaf.
if you can't get in touch with somebody to get them to do that,
Yeah, it's like pointless literally to kind of
pointless.
be involved in any of those networks. And that's why literally we decided to kind of really have a separate ourselves from that kind of ecosystem in a way that we be control of the data, we be control of our communication, we be control of our reputation, we be control of our data, we
Yeah.
be responsible for our own safety and security. And as we all know, like literally right now, like been 7, 8 years we've been doing this, we're not being compromised. People try to fake us, people try to be us, they try to trick people
Yeah.
because they utilize our names. As well, as you all know, like when we are a website, basically is available to domain like domain access to the public, and when you are in public is becomes a bit crazy.
Right.
So anyways, we've been going
Anyway,
on
you're
for
talking
quite a
about
while.
it's okay. You were talking about security, and what I wanted to just say quickly was that with what we're on here, which is meet.nolimitemails.com, and this is the live panel room that I'm in. Evan is streaming through another room, so it goes to face or goes to YouTube. But um, this is a secure room. It can. I just turned. Actually, I turned the lobby on since I'm the moderator in here. I turned the lobby on, and so it's this is a safe room now. No one can get in unless they knock on the door. And if I don't want to let them in, I don't have to let them in. And nobody can get access to this room unless they come through me.
Yep.
That's how secure it is.
And
So we
also, like
can
anybody can make this kind of rooms for themselves with meet no limit
absolutely.
emails, and that's the kind of very very important point to say. Is all about, again, like is all about really putting the individual first.
And it's about freedom. We can talk freely in this room. I mean, we can still talk freely because we have nothing to hide. We're at the moment streaming into YouTube. But if we weren't streaming to YouTube, we can talk in this room and it's completely secure.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Like, and I mean, people can come experience it with us with the other rooms that we have, like Public Square and many others that, like, literally people keep sending me their rooms. And I think I need to have a notepad just for all the rooms that people sending me, uh, because lots of people actually using Meet, and I'm so kind of pleased that lots of people finding very useful. Uh, and because literally is non-commercial, we don't benefit commercially from it. There is no like literally ad running on the system. There is no distractions. There is no
you don't like my banner running across the bottom here?
nice. I mean, you could make those kind of overlays and things like that, but generally
Of
speaking,
course we
is
could, but why would we bother?
yeah. I mean, as you know, when we are live, we like to be kind of, you could say, face to face, or
Yeah,
voice to voice.
yeah.
Generally speaking, like we could not really find anything on the internet that we could utilize the way that basically we utilize Meet No Limit emails right now. And as you
But
know,
this is
from
at
day
no
one, we
cost.
had it like,
I believe, let me just check. How long have we had this room open now? Hour and almost hour 45.
yeah, the other room has been, Public Square has been on, I think, about 23 hours already.
Yeah.
That's like obviously about an hour time will refresh and continue. By the way, a little bit kind of like tell you some things what's going on, especially with Meet. Meet No Limit emails. Right now, we are very, very close to the 800,000 people using the system. Daily basis, weekly basis, you name it. Whenever people feel like it, they kind of like a trigger. 800,000 people. And we are so proud that we are unable to bridge people globally without asking them anything, without compromising them, without basically intrusion of their privacy. And I think that's important, like especially in democracy and democratic setting of the Western world. And I think we have been one of the systems that are out there. Obviously, everybody can go and utilize Jitsi itself. Jitsi itself is Chinese company right now. So it is open source, but it is Chinese company. Jitsi itself, it will eavesdrop on you. It will ask you to accept the cookies. all that kind of stuff. When you accept the cookies, you know what happens. So in our case, all that kind of stuff is like removed. So any of the platform that we build or give it public, if you come across, please make sure that you are in the right URL, the correct URL, because people do copy our websites and have something totally different and try to trigger people to steal the details. So just beware of that. Like our own stuff, we never ask anybody on any system, please accept our cookies. We are anti-cookie company and people, so we don't like cookies because we are not sponsored by anybody, and that the sites that's asking you to accept the cookies, they normally share your details and sell your details to third parties. So like just to kind of like put it out there are many people, like you could say bad actors out there, maybe a group of them, and they are pretending to be no limit emails. They pretended to be myself sending me emails. So
Yeah, it's
like
funny to get an email from yourself.
that's what I'm saying. Like, so because that's happening, so we know literally like we want to stay safe. We want our kind of family members stay safe, and everyone else who uses our system stay safe to not fall for the trap, because some of them they will be fake like links. You click on it, you get compromised. So you just like whoever's new come across this kind of channel, as
Yeah.
you know, lots of videos are being sharing this kind of information, and as well as obviously I do post now and then in a LinkedIn, but on the groups and live rooms we always share. I even share email that I receive, the content that I kind of go through, research that I do afterwards, find out where it really come from. And it is, you could say, to be honest, is a big menace in the world. And we are not only victim. There is millions of other websites and businesses, institutions are victim of this crime. And we ourselves try to do our best to at least make awareness happen, also have a safe systems that we ourselves work and exist in the internet. And I hope like lots of you who use actual true meet no limit emails to kind of help yourself and let us know, like literally like what are you using for, like, you know, and how is helping you and what can we add to improve stuff. We always kind of open ears, so to speak, to ideas, especially good ones that benefit everybody, and we will implement them. But we are kind of literally like one of those group of people in the world exist in a different dimension of the internet, guys. So that's why YouTube doesn't share our content, because literally what we are doing is all true, all real. And as you know, when somebody tell the truth, it's very difficult for them.
Yes.
Life has
Well,
become difficult.
the big guys on the internet do not like disruptors, and no limit emails is definitely a disruptor. It a, takes a system that's normally handled through a monetized system and puts it in the hands of the little person. This system right here, no limit emails. An old grandmother, if she can get a browser open on her phone, can talk to her husband in the hospital for hours, leave the phone on as long as it's charged, and never get charged anything, and not get tracked or anything. So I mean, this is like freedom in a browser.
Yeah, absolutely. I personally love it. Personally, my personal experience with it is just, I just love it because it's so useful. Like I've been speaking to my father-in-law in hospital that he doesn't have email, he doesn't have a mobile phone. You know, we send family member in there with a tablet and create the room and talk for hours when he's in hospital. And that for me is like literally that just be able to kind of
It's
speak
worth it
somewhat.
just for that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like,
It's worth all the work you did just for that.
yeah, absolutely. And then then I find out very, very similar scenarios for some of the people using it, sending me, like literally seeing it, the like family members in another country, for example. As you know, like we all have family in different parts of the world. I get like messages from India as well. I just spoke to my mom in India and I'm New York. And his
No
mom,
charge.
yeah, he's like his mom's last words, like, he's recorded his last conversation with his mom. Like somebody sent me the other day, says, well, my granddad is in the operation table. He didn't make it, but I was able to record all and I heard his last words. So to me, like those things, when people end up keeping that last token of their loved ones and they were there with them, be it remote, obviously, as you know, like sometimes it's just not possible to go that day to that place. It's just not.
Right.
And so we've been doing that. And I think like is definitely is one of those kind of things. On the face doesn't look that much, but in the emotion sense, is literally is amazing.
The value is incalculable.
Mm-hmm.
You can't put a value on it.
I mean,
Like
we have members now. Literally, they are in hospital beds. They are in different places, in difficult situations in their life. Bad health, even including myself. Like
Yeah,
literally,
me too.
being bedridden for several days, like with back problems and things like that. And I spoke to my kids, like they all over the world, they different part of the places. And it's, to be honest, is like we need as a society for every one of us, doesn't matter really which part of the world you're at, long as kind of you could get access to, you could say, main network, the internet,
If
that
you can
you
get
could
on the
use.
internet, you can talk to anybody who's on the
Yeah, and
on the
also like
internet.
we are one of those networks, we are not really, far as I am aware of, we are not banned in any country, even North Korea. So like literally like we are not banned anywhere, and because literally nothing there to be banned about, like there is just a browser and anyone could utilize. And I mean, browser is supposed to be a little bit, you could say, open source and public. Obviously somebody could use Brave or for example, somebody use a Firefox, for example, or similar.
One of these days, I'm going to try a Tor browser and see if it works. Because
Yeah, the Tor works actually. There's lots of people using it. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Only thing that doesn't work literally on this other many other browsers, like the recording function.
Oh, yes.
Because the browsers actually eliminates them, not us, not the actual kind of
the
thing.
browser is what does them.
Yeah, browser what's really cancels it. Like I don't know, like obviously some of the browsers. We looked into it. Basically, it's not us and our setup itself. Literally, any room, anyone become a moderator should have the power to record themselves.
I'm going to
on
lose
their
you
device.
in a minute.
Yeah, okay. I am going to go, and we've been on for about hour and 40 minutes now.
Yeah, hour 53 actually.
So, closing remark, Doug's.
This actually has opened my mind, and I'm 77 years old, but I've been with Evan for about altogether somewhere 11 or 12 years. But as far as No Limit Emails goes, we're in our 6th year, right? Is it the 6th
seventh year?
Seventh year. It's opened my mind of what can be done by a single person or a small team if they put their mind to it, and what they can do to offer value. Most people think of value as how they make money. Evan and the No Limit Emails team think of value as how much they can give to their, well, it's like family and friends more than customers. Because I don't feel like a customer of No Limit Emails. I feel like
we don't
I'm
have
in
customers.
A family. No, you don't. It's not,
we have a friends and family with us. Literally, that's all it is. Like
yeah.
we
But
don't.
that's probably why people find it hard to believe that. I mean, you can see the current sales page right here. This is priced for family and friends. The unlimited, of course, is priced for corporate. Huge difference between the two. You got family and friends and the bronze, silver, and gold, and then platinum is corporate.
I mean,
This,
if they are lucky when we do the challenges, when we say like, yeah, we will activate richly platinum for you, they should really grab it.
oh
Uh,
yes,
I mean,
oh
like,
yeah.
it's one of those things. To be honest, is very, very rare opportunity for many people.
We haven't
And
run one for a long time now.
well, yeah, I mean, literally, as you know, kind of, they are on the face doesn't look that easy, but we made it easy. Like literally on real world is very difficult for anybody to even come close to the challenges that we have run and completed.
I don't believe any, well, I've never seen anybody run a challenge where day 31 was over 2 million emails.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And
Like, I mean, it's literally like we made it like a child play, to be honest. Like, we made it so
yeah,
easy.
well, you didn't have to, but you even loaded our systems up with the, excuse me, you didn't have to do that. We actually could have done it ourselves, but to make the challenge what it was, you did all the work. The work was virtually all we had to do was write an email, pick a segment that was already made for us, and hit send, send, send. And it was done.
I mean, the idea was literally, can we turn the challenges just to 3 clicks?
3 clicks.
Yeah.
It's
So,
true.
like many other challenges, like people running challenges, obviously you can see it like the kind of very, very, you could say, complicated, and it's not many people kind of compete them because literally like impossible for people kind of, you could say, do the task and do the stuffs. So like I decided basically I will do 99% of the work behind the scene, and whoever takes the count on, all they have to do is literally have a, click 3 things 3 times.
They
Uh,
didn't even have to write their own emails because
we did them like
we
everything.
did them. Yeah, everything.
Yeah, like it was interesting challenges. I don't know if I'll run it again or not. We will see. Like generally, I think like it is one of those things we could kind of do something that is literally impossible for anyone else in the world to repeat, Doug.
Yes.
Is
Well, it was. We did the impossible because nobody in the whole world believed you could send 1 million emails from a personal system, your own system, in one day, and we did it.
And also,
Now,
like when we look at it, really is about again, like one of the most difficult part, as you know yourself. We mentioned about like me and you. We are a little bit kind of, you could say, into the media trenches. We buy and all that kind of stuff, but a lot of people really do not have access to that amount of data. It's very expensive to get, very
yeah,
difficult to get, and is also like not, there's not many people out there willing to kind of put effort in to actually get the data together,
right.
and
But
give
it
it to
was
someone.
provided for them.
Yeah,
Like
just
we
give it to
provided
them.
it. Yeah,
And unfortunately, lots of people, like they experiment with it and then they kind of dropped off. They don't understand the value that's being created for them.
I think that's the issue.
Yeah, so like sometimes now I'm getting back some of the old people that did the challenges, close the accounts, they come back and they want to reopen the account. It says, no, 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 it doesn't work like
No,
that. Sorry, you should continue. And then you should keep the account. You should upload it more. You know, like why this was not a game. We don't play games. We set up everything, we give you everything, and then you send.
Maybe that was part of the issue. We'll talk about that.
Mhm.
We'll talk about the psychology of the challenge. Not on another live sometime. Maybe we'll
We
talk
will
about the
do that
psychology.
one
Let's
basically
do
on
that.
Sunday clinic.
Okay, that's a good idea.
And because this Sunday, as you know, is going to be, let me just actually check this. This Sunday coming is going to be Email Masters. And
It is.
yes,
It
so
is. So
on
we'll
this
have to get
Sunday,
in
we
touch
will
with
talk
the
about
person.
that. I think it's going to be interesting conversation about that side. To be honest, like it
Yeah.
is need to be talk about to people, make people understand what actually entailed in order to for us to kind of complete this challenge is not one time, Doug, over
Oh,
10 rounds, 200 domains.
yeah.
So it's really amazing things that happened, data sensitive
But
things.
the
Well,
nice thing about it was that with that many challenges run, most of the issues that we were going to have in a challenge came up. Like I had my issue, which was just a naming issue because I picked a domain that wasn't. Whoops, I'm not going to hear you.
yeah, you good, you good. Yeah, I mean, literally, it was, you could say, name related or just choosing the wrong domain name.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
all,
choice on my part.
yeah, I mean, like, literally, again, it's like now and then we overcome those hurdles. As you know, like, it's not easy, to be honest, like what we did for some of these things that we learned ourselves. Uh, because some of the stuff really is out of our hands. We can't really do much.
Right.
The things that were
But
in our hands, like, as you know, literally we never let go. Like
right.
we kind of
But
stay on
my
course.
my domain that got blocked by proving that it was what it was, and it wasn't a spammer or a scammer, that it was actually a business email system, that you managed to get it back. But we sent them proof of what we'd done and what we sent, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly. Like obviously, like sometimes you could say, and again, it's like some of the stuff that really out of our hands, like is very difficult to kind of reimburse the other side and convince them they made a mistake
right,
because of the AI or because they filters or because they set up. So it's just like having a enough proof in hand, proving them that they did make a mistake.
right.
Uh,
But it wasn't just that. It was the fact that you, as 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 the representative for No Limit Emails, and basically my representative at that time, was willing to put yourself out there to do that. How many companies would come up from one of their users and go to bat for them against the